wake up another day where I feel I don't belong. Everyone living this way, I try to live in my songs. And it's killing me, cause it ain't paying off, but it's about to. This is real to me, and I'm doing it with or without you. I don't care what they say, I don't care what they do. I stay in my lane, and I keep pushing through. They wanna break me down, feet don't fail me now. I've ran a marathon just to make it a mile. I swear I'll run another and another tomorrow. Cause there's gonna be a day when they start showing some love. There's gonna be a day when they start showing some love. I know I act kinda strange, and it be throwing you off. Everyone knowing my name, I don't remember at all. And girls, I know they talk and fill your head with thoughts of what's new. You got what they can't have, only you can grab it. They can see our love's true, but I don't care what they say, I don't care what they do. They stare and they hate, but all I see is you. They wanna break us down, please don't fail us now. We've run a marathon just to make it a mile. I swear I'll run another and another tomorrow. Cause there's gonna be a day when they start showing some love. There's gonna be a day when they start showing some love.
Running, running, coming, coming. Walking, replace the feeling nothing. Catch a smile and it feels I'm stealing something. What it takes to break, but for real I won't bend. The sun will peek through, the clouds start to part. Whenever the light breaks, it's better than night's dark. Whatever it might take, whenever it might start. Whenever it's too late and better than my heart. Hey, yeah, so what you wanna do now? Flying the plane that you're trying to shoot down. Flying away, I embrace the new clouds. I'm finally awake, I am breaking new ground. My soul, my blood, the only one. I'm rising up to the day I'm looking down from above. Show us some love.
There's gonna be a day when they start showing some love.
Urban Indianz Podcast, episode 22, the 420 episode.
Coming to you straight out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And brought to you by the Sioux Empire Podcast Network. This is Urban Indianz Podcast. Outsiders and outsiders, it's on fire. To everything that we touch, and we will go lava. Like acrobacy is flying the twist. On the plate, another top down, under a bitch. So here's it. Eyes out, getting through your hands in the sky. Rosebud, blue, raise down to the sky. Raise up your fingers, and we coming with the war. Raise up your fingers, and we coming with the war. Giving you an educated and entertaining look at life through the eyes of the modern-day Native American. Urban Indianz Podcast. Hosted by everyone's favorite natives. Night Shield, Night Shizzle, and Char Maximal, GP, Gorilla Pimp, and Candy Stands. You're listening to Urban Indianz Podcast.
All right, welcome to episode 22 of the Urban Indianz Podcast. I'm your host, Gabriel Nightshield, joined as always by Char and Kathy.
Hey, what's up?
Levi unfortunately can't be here today because he has to open for some Tech 9 guy or something like that tonight, so...
Like it's a big deal.
So if you're out there, fucking go watch Levi with Tech 9 tonight at the District. We do have a special guest in the house. Denham McDermott is in the house. Denham, how you doing today?
Good. Levi couldn't make it, so Denham's here.
Yeah. You're Levi substitute today.
That's funny.
Yeah, man. So how's it going, man?
Good, man. It's going good.
Yeah, man. Been watching you grow, man, over the past couple of years, and been really impressed with, with what I've seen, man. I'm a big fan of your music. Me and Char go to your shows often, and yeah, I've been a fan of it for a minute now. So we wanted to bring you onto the show, and
I appreciate it. It means a lot when somebody's been making music for a while, like you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, for
It's like a little
it's like,
while.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, maybe tell our listeners a little bit about your past and where you're from and that kind of stuff. And
Yeah, I guess I wasn't born here, but I'm from South Dakota. I was raised here, so
Yeah.
I say a small town, Aberdeen. Yeah, grew up there. My mom, the family on my mom's side over there, a bunch of musicians, so I kind of grew up in a musical family. Everybody kind of played an instrument or something, except for my sister. She's a hooper, But so it's kind of, it was kind of cool. Music has just always been a part of my life, and then ended up going to school at North Dakota State. I studied music for a little bit, also criminal justice. Decided I didn't want to do that, and actually I heard about somebody telling me about the Black Market Art Show.
Oh, yeah.
A couple years ago that sold out down here.
yeah,
And I was making music in Fargo, but they weren't really really pursuing it, or even the community wasn't as into it. The community isn't into music as like it is around here, And my friend, I came down and saw a show, and my friend explained me about that show, and I was like, man, I need to just go somewhere else, And so
Yeah.
I came down here to try to do better, and
that's what's
where
up.
I'm at right now.
So how long you been living in Sioux Falls for now?
It's about 3 years now. or
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're still kind of new to the area then.
Yeah, still relatively new.
That's what's up.
But I'm used to the weather, and stuff.
Yeah.
So, it's actually warmer than Fargo is, so it's kind of funny.
Man, yeah, fuck. Fargo's ridiculous. It's bad here, but it gets stupid in Fargo.
Once you hit Brookings, it's like a whole nother world.
Yeah, it's
right.
like Canada, basically. I don't know. It's rough. It's like the polar ice
No,
caps and
it's
shit.
whatever.
Right on. Oh, I thought you were gonna say something. Right on. So you just dropped a album. How long? It was a few months ago, right?
Yeah, probably about 2 months ago or so. Yeah.
Okay.
It was Diary of Distress, this EP, short 7-song track, 7-song EP. I had one feature on there, Dino.
Yeah.
Dino was on it. But yeah, it's kind of cool. I've actually had that project done for a little while, but I haven't had an opportunity to release it for a little bit due to some other things, and I finally was able to. So
Yeah.
it was getting the weight off my shoulders, It was nice.
Yeah, I listen to it a lot, man. I listen to it in the gym a lot. So
Hey,
Yeah. It's in my car. It's the only CD I have. So when I get sick of the radio, I just flip it on. And now my daughters, they're 10 and 11. They know your music.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's
They're like, I really like this guy. And they wanted to come to your concert. What was that, last month? I was like, no, it's for adults.
some big hits, yeah. Yeah, we'll do some in the summer that'll be more all ages, festival things. So that'll be an opportunity to bring the kids. I like playing with kids when we're doing the shows. They're always jumping and having a good time and stuff. It's really
High
the
energy.
energy is
Yeah.
awesome, yeah, for sure.
yeah, they get into it, man. That's cool, man. When's your next show here in town?
Next one show here in town. I'm not supposed to announce it, but it's coming up here soon.
That's good.
We'll be in June. We'll be back here. But in the meantime, though, I do have a cover band that plays around, gigs around. We'll probably be a little more active this summer. But
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking about maybe just possibly popping up in little areas and just doing some little acoustic stuff this summer too, just to
That'd be cool.
try something different. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what instruments do you play? I know you.
I play bass guitar.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm starting to I want to get more into guitar a little bit, just to kind of help me a little more, just my knowledge of music, and being able to look at it from a different angle, see different patterns, I guess. But I like the bass because it's just it's like a bond between rhythm and harmony, so you're able to establish both of those while still being rhythmic with rapping and singing and stuff too. So it's kind of cool. It's got its own thing.
Right on. It's cool to see right now it feels I don't know, it's just my perspective, but the hip hop scene's sort of dead a little bit here in town, but you're keeping it alive with the stuff that you're doing. You're probably the biggest draw in town, I would think, right
Thank
now.
you. I appreciate that.
But yeah, so it's cool to see the people, even though for most it's sort of just lying still at the moment, but for you it's still live or whatever. So
And that's what I want to do. I want
Yeah.
people don't. I feel a lot of times when it comes to music that people use music to almost, in a sense, feed like their ego, you know, or like
Yeah.
make them become a person that they want to be, the person that they are, you know. And I'm trying to use music as a tool to release my ego, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel that once you do that, you start learning more about yourself and accepting that your music shines through, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't want anybody else to not succeed. Like music's music. Like how many people do you like? Who's your favorite artist? Like, I can't name one. I listen to a bunch of them. Like music is a market. You can't always. It's okay if it's not only has to be one person. You know what I mean? Like it'd be everybody can be doing well and it's okay. You know what I mean? Because it's music. You know. So like I would love to see everybody succeed. You know what I mean? But at the same time too, if you're trying to see yourself, like you gotta make sure that you're spending your time and energy appropriately in order for it to happen, you know?
Yeah.
So finding that balance, I guess, is like kind of is what I'm trying to, you know, and also just dealing with life, you know? Like, life's the hard part. Doing what you want to do is easy, but life is the hard part, you know? Like,
You know? Yeah, it's crazy. It's cool to see, like, like that, being down to earth with it. Like, most rappers are all like, oh, I'm the fucking best, and fuck you, and like, whatever, and, you know, so it's cool to see, like, a different perspective on the whole, like, music side of things or whatever.
And like that was kind of cool with the song with Wes, you know, is like when I approached him and I was talking about it, it came from a perspective is like he understands that I want to make art, you know. I wasn't trying to, you know, just let me get a new song, hit your fans, that kind of thing. I was like, I was you know, and I think that but it takes a little while to show people that that's what you're trying to do, you know.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until like I had a song I released like about last year or so, then people really started taking me serious, you know, and like once people start taking you serious, then you can kind of able to shift your direction to where you want to go, you know. And I want it to be artsy. I want it to be appreciated because we're in an area where most people don't really like hip hop, you know.
Yeah.
But that's only because they haven't heard something they've liked of hip hop, you know. And like, and it's not even I don't like hip hop. You know, like obviously I do R&B music. I like to do like, you know, mix it up, like, you know. But I want to give Sioux Falls something that at least allow them to appreciate that culture and at least look at it in a different perspective. You know what I mean? Like something that they can at least relate to, and that's why I think having the more like kind of like my style mixes like with popish kind of helps bridge that gap, I guess, a little bit, you know. But
yeah, I was trying to explain your music to a coworker of mine, and I was like, I don't know, I'm just gonna have to share it with you because it's not rap, but it is rap. I don't know, it's like a good combination. So
I think the best compliment I ever got is that people have told me that it doesn't sound like anything else.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't. You got your own style.
I think as long as you're doing that, like that's the only thing nobody can beat is you. So it's like, why not do that?
Yeah, and that
doing a good job of it.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
It's refreshing to see. Like it's like a genre in itself. You know, it's like it's its own thing. Like Char was saying, it's hip hop, but it's not hip hop, and it's like pop, but it's not pop. And it's, you know, it's like a jumble of a bunch of different things.
Genres too.
Yeah.
You know, who probably weren't open to listening to rap.
Exactly. I really encourage though people that are listening, if you're not a R&B pop, you know, hip hop kind of fan or anything like that, to come to a show one time and experience it. We've been spending some time traveling a little bit over the past month or so, and we've been going to some areas where like we played at this brewery in Bismarck, right? It was on a weekend, like the brewery's busy and stuff, you know. But the crowd was predominantly like old 40s, you know, like it feel like like, you know, like farmers, you know what I mean, kind of like, you know.
Yeah.
And so and we started doing a show, and like at first they were only they had like a local artist at first, and I think they've heard him a lot or something, so they kind of just like, you know, didn't think twice about it. But then I brought this girl, D Mills from Fargo, and she like makes all her stuff on stage with a looper and like a MIDI board and stuff, you know. And then she's got a gorgeous voice and sings, and then she raps on top of it, and she got a cool 90s like almost like Queen Latifah kind of flow, you know, like that, like cool, like, and it's like, and all of a sudden they were like, whoa. Like this is being made live in front of me. You know, having an instrument, I think, helps with those types of people. You know what I mean? That don't
was
really
insane.
listen. You know?
I seen her when she opened up for you, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit! It's like, is she making her beat right now in front of us? And it was just really cool. Her style is.
And that allows D Mills. D Mills. She actually plays with a full band, it's like a 6-piece band. It's called D Mills and the Thrills out of Fargo. Highly recommend checking them out. They're killing it right now out there. But like people were kind of like, oh, can I get that to seat a little bit, you know? Then next thing you know, they start getting closer, and they're kind of like getting closer. And then we performed too, and it was like, we were like high energy, like, you know.
Yeah.
I had like old people like jumping, and they were like, you know, getting
broken
CDs,
hips.
and like, you know, like, And it was cool because the owner came to me, and he's like, wow, I never thought well, I'd have a hip hop show here that was like this cool, this fun.
Yeah.
But he's like, honestly, I never thought that I would enjoy one like that too. And I was like,
Yeah.
awesome, man. Like I would love to come back. Like I love to keep providing this experience for people to show that there's more than what's just like at the scratches the surface, or more than just the dumb people you see on TV or the crap that dumb people that do. You know, like there's more to it. You know, like. But that's the struggle in the Midwest. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how Sioux Falls was for a long time. Is that they didn't really get hip hop, and they didn't really get like people were just ignorant to it, and it took a long time for club owners or like bars and things like that to get on board with hip hop. They thought it was all like thugs and
I think
gangsters and stuff.
I think
like
the biggest
that.
thing is too, like, they automatically associate like rap with there's going to be fights after the show, and we're going to have police here. And,
and it's quick to get shunned, But also at the same time too, you compare it to other genres though. A lot of other genres besides this, you need to pick up an instrument, or you need to have a band, or you need something to play, right?
Yeah.
And for this, most people, they get started by just getting a microphone and finding some MP3 they ripped off of YouTube and just recording in their little thing on their laptop. You know what I mean? That's how they get started. But and so I can see what people don't. I think it lacks musicianship in that sense, But if you really start pursuing it, understanding it more, you realize that it's poetry. You know what I mean? And it's and people are out there to provide a message, although that message is getting messed up because people are too busy trying to feed their ego. You know what I mean? They want to have money, they want to have fame, they want to do this stuff, but they don't understand how to put in the work to get that stuff.
Yeah.
If it was that easy, everybody do that. You know? I will never forget the moment I went down to Miami, right? And I had met with Birdman in Miami, right? Mm-hmm. A guy who's one of the most successful people ever in the industry, Yeah. I had this meeting with them, and actually, the meeting was about music though. It's actually he's interested in a startup company I'm working. Started it, but I was down there and I was experiencing it, whatever. And then I got done. And I went to this rooftop bar in Miami. We're in 50th story. We're sitting there looking over. There's the ocean of lights over here, then the ocean over here, and I'm just looking around. I'm looking at all these skyscrapers, and I'm like, every one of these skyscrapers has multiple people that are successful.
Yeah.
But it's what's separating that from me? It's what does it take to do that?
Yeah.
And it just makes me think and I'm sitting on this rooftop bar having a Morgan Coke that cost me $20. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking shit, I gotta work at 12 hours. I'm like, but why? What is doing wrong? You know what I mean? And the things that separate those people is consistency. Getting up, doing things, force yourself to work, stop drinking, stop going to the bar so much, stop worrying about all you want to do is try to get girls. Stop trying to worry about a lot of that stuff matters. And the people that make it are the ones who don't do that stuff.
Yeah. And
find a way to contain it. So once you get there, all that stuff, if that's what you want to splurge in, will come to you. You know what I mean? But in the meantime, though, if you want to, but it shouldn't be about making money, it should be about making your own life happy and making a way, being in a place where you're happy with where you're at, who you are, and who you're around. And then who cares about anything else?
Yeah.
Why do you need a Lamborghini for that? You know what I mean? I understand when money can solve a lot of problems, but it's those problems are problems that you created because you're not okay with who you are as a person.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. So, that's the way I'm trying to go about it, I'm trying to make a life of music. People get too caught up about trying to be famous, but I've been having success because that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And people like this, and then people see that, and they're like, wow, this guy's making art. He's talking about real stuff that matters, that can be relatable to people, And sometimes, don't get me wrong, I go stupid songs, right? Because sometimes I want to go out to the bar and I want to be blow it. Sometimes it happens. That's normal, you know what I mean? You want to go have fun, but also, though, you gotta realize that's not a lifestyle that anybody lives every month, every day.
Yeah.
Your favorite rapper is not spending half as much money as he says he is, because if he did, you're mismanaging your funds. There's no way you're successful even maintaining money that way.
Yeah.
And if you're sitting there trapping your whole life and you got this whole empire of music, you're not gonna risk your whole empire of music selling drugs because you created this from nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you are, you're a fucking idiot. So, that's just dumb. It's dumb. It's a bad business decision. You brag about being a businessman, and all you're doing is blowing money, and that's not what it is. If you think that's what it is, then you seriously need to do some homework, read a book or something. Man.
That's all a lot of people. That's all they see, on TV. They'll just see the image, and they don't realize the work that goes behind the image. And
exactly, and then when they see that, if you see you doing that, I know a lot a ton of people that know who you are. You know what I mean? Around this area, and but you've been doing it for a long time. You know, like, and people see that image and they want some image like that for themselves, and they think that like coming towards you is gonna make it happen. You know, or something. Like,
Yeah.
Then they approach you in ways that's like weird because they're not approaching you in a legitimate business manner or legitimate person to person manner. It's some like shady like I want something from you. They don't know how to properly go about it. I mean, if that's what you want, say it to me. I'll respect you a lot more if you just came up front and were like, yo man, I want to collab, I want to hit your fans, I want to use your shit.
Yeah.
You know? I'm like, okay, cool, pay me. You know what I mean? Because I didn't work this hard to sit there and be spending my energy and my time for you. You know what I mean? Something like that too. You know, so like, I'm saying like if that's what it is. Well, he's telling me, be honest, I respect you way more than if you're doing weird ways that people like, they come to you, I had this guy do to me the other day. Oh man. Oh, it happens like weekly. You know,
it's
so
all
weird
the time,
ways.
man.
You know what it's like. People come to you to try to find some weird way to ask you to do music or something like that, and you know, whatever that they just kind of rub you the wrong way, and you're like, oh yeah man, just email me the stuff, the info. You know, like I turned this into a business now. I have a partner, so I'm like, I gotta go over.
And then if you don't, then they're like, oh, he's asshole or whatever.
Well, it's like
turn you into a heartbeat.
if it's people that I don't know or I've never fucking worked with or I would never work with anyway, like I'll just be like, I'll just tell them my price. It cuts it off right at the jump. If they're serious about it, they're probably gonna do it. And if they're not serious about it, then fuck them. You know.
Yeah, and also if you're gonna do it right.
Yeah.
I don't want you to send me some crappy beat where it's like psbeats.com. Make no purchase. Like every like 10 seconds in the song, like dude, I'm not gonna make music on this beat.
Yeah.
You know, and plus it's something that you don't even own.
Yeah.
And like I'm not gonna. You're not taking yourself serious. So why would I take it serious? You know.
Yeah.
And then like and also a lot of times too is like if I want to make a song with you, like I want to sit down with you. I want to go like listen to beats and let's sit there and let's make something together because I feel like you get the proper artistic value from it that way. You know? Like I did a song with the guy who sings the Cupid Shuffle, you know, and I told him the same thing. He's like, oh, you send me something, whatever song you want to do with it, and then you know I'll just record a verse or something, you know. And I was like, no, dude, I want to be there with you. So I drove to New Orleans.
Yeah, I remember that.
I didn't pay him anything. Kimmy's like, damn, dude, you actually drove down here. I'm like, yeah, man, like I want to make some good art, you know, and like it's not every day I get to be with a multi-platinum artist, you know, like I want to do it, and ever since then, like I mean, he's still like a contact, a friend of mine, you know. I won't say a friend of mine, you know, like he's a good dude, and he's like respects that, and you can tell that shines through.
That's crazy. The Cupid Shuffle. Is that guy? I mean, that's like that song will never ever
people
die.
still play it.
Like 100 years from now, they'll still fucking be.
That's like the electric.
Yeah.
They dropped it what 08 or 09 or something.
I have no idea. It feels like it's been playing at Bucks for 20 years.
And like it's funny because like
same music.
and it's like I don't know people understand like it's like a one-hit wonder kind of song, you know. But it's like what DJ doesn't have that song?
Right.
Like they just hit triple platinum this year.
Really?
So this is 10 years later. People are still buying this song consistently.
Weddings, I bet.
The million records. That's crazy, man.
That's crazy that it's only triple platinum. I would think with the amount that song gets fucking played, I would think that song would be like.
It's kind of hard nowadays though, because people can steal music.
Oh yeah.
You know,
and
so.
That's I don't know if that's a song I'd like bump like. Cruising down the street.
I'm gonna steal that song. Like,
you know, that's a song that's like 12:30 at the bar, like type shit. That's not the type of shit that like I'm gonna be like jamming to with my headphones, like fucking, you know. I don't know.
They're doing a lot of like workout stuff with it now, though. It's kind of cool. Like, he's like a fitness dude now. He's like fitness. But he also so there's like parties, like dance, like old school dance parties for people and stuff, you know. But he's got this fitness routine. I see it all over the internet now. People doing like the Cupid Shuffle workout thing and like playing and doing his fitness stuff. So I mean, crazy how it finds its way in its own crevices.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
So does he make money off of that too? I wonder.
Yeah, bro. I would assume so.
Yeah.
People are still buying the song, using it, like. Or, you know.
Crazy.
Yeah.
One song.
Man, that's all it takes, man. Like, just give me that Baby Got Back or something. Like, fucking, whoop, there it is. I'll take that. Like
Hammer Time money.
Yeah.
The thing kind of now about the music industry, though, people are kind of mistaken for is that a lot of these guys are focused on that one hit wonder so that I'm good, you know? Yeah. It's like, and like the one hit will get you the door, but it's like what do you do on top of that after that, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel that a lot of people, they come into this and you can have something that just blows up on the internet, like something that just goes viral. It's like, you know, like boom, all of a sudden people know who you are and stuff too, but like these guys don't understand the business of music. And it's not, people think that I'm just getting a song and blow up and be famous, and then all of a sudden I'm just going to be touring the country and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, people might start coming to you every once in a while, or somebody might come like, hey, I want to be a booking agent for you, I want to do something like that, you know? But if they're coming to you, like, in that sense, and you haven't established some sort of, like, business, don't even, like, have, like, you know, don't even understand what you're doing, like, you're going to get screwed. Like, there's, like, they'll come that way to make it, because nowadays, so many people, they pull publicity stunts to sell albums right now. That's, like, what's hot now. There's some crap, you know, except for the guys who actually make real music, because real music trumps everything. You know what I mean? So, like, that's why Kendrick Lamar just drops a video, and good at music, and everybody's like, boom, Kendrick Lamar. But it's also why the Cash Me Outside girl was charting on Billboard, because they just pull some publicity stunt crap, and she makes a song, and that's like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's what people do nowadays. But if you look at, like, Lil Uzi Vert, he did the XO Tour Life song or whatever, right? That song is huge. On Billboard, it's over billion plays across the whole country and stuff, you know. Made less than $1 million off it. Toured the country for it. That's
shitty.
But that's because these guys care about being famous. They don't understand the business aspect of it.
Yeah.
And that's all they care about. And these guys come to them and they're like, yeah, man, here's $500,000 up front, you know, whatever, you know, go do this. But then all of a sudden, the back end, they're paying for merch sales. They're paying. You gotta chip them off here. Okay, you gotta chip them off. You know, this booking agent. You gotta chip them off in this production.
Gas for the tour bus and all that shit. Yeah.
And then they don't really make any money. Or maybe you make $500,000 when you could have been making $10 million on it.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's cool with you. You're famous now, and you got $500,000 and whatever, man. Do your thing, you know.
Yeah.
Like, that's not, you know, like. But I don't know. It's just who you are and how you want to portray yourself, you know.
That's like back in the day whenever Ice Cube turned down that like $75,000 or whatever. Whenever NWA, they were trying to sign NWA or whatever, and then Ice Cube, they all signed, and Ice Cube was like, "Nope, I'm not gonna do it." They didn't have any fucking money, so like $75,000 at the time was like, you know, a fucking $1 million or whatever, you know, millions of dollars, and he said no, and you know, went his own way.
Which is probably a good idea.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, fucking somebody comes at you with a $75,000 check and is like, especially back then, like fucking 86. You know, that shit was probably like, you know, $1 million back in the day, 86, whatever that was.
And I think people watch the movies and watch stuff and they like don't think it's real because it's in the movie.
Yeah,
that stuff really happens.
Yeah.
It just happens in ways that may not quite be like the movie. Like like these guys are creative with it. You know what I mean? Like creative with like being criminals. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, like you gotta understand and learn about stuff to protect yourself and to protect your music, and you know that's just. But that takes trial and error. You know.
Yeah.
And grinding, grind.
Yeah.
So do you have your own label then, or?
No, I actually. Correct that. I was a part of a label for a little while. It was a New Trinity Music Group out of Salt Lake City. But I recently decided to go strictly independent. Started my own business. It's called Denham Music Entertainment. I wouldn't say it's not a record label, but we provide like marketing services. We also provide like entertainment. Obviously, you know, we come through. We also rent out like production as well too. We do videos for people if you need, not like music videos, but like, you know, if you want like a short clip video with building your brand or so, you know, like pushing out something. We also do like social media marketing as well too. We provide clothing as well. So it's just like a business, but I decided to take this route because going through a label, there's a lot of middlemen and a lot of different things you have to go through, you know? And people always confront me, they're like, yo, what's your label doing for you? How come you're not touring from your label? How come you're not, you know? What people don't understand is that there's different types of stuff you do on a label. I sign a recording and publishing agreement. So what I would do is I record music on the label, they release it, we're getting published. I got a great distributor, Empire Records, one of the best ones in the country that distribute music. So I have friends all over the place like hearing music and all these little weird nooks and crannies, like, yo, I got this little app or something like that, or friends that, you know, are you know, and but proceeding forward, I felt that it's more beneficial as to focus it all on yourself and create that through yourself, you know. And it sounds selfish, but in this business, you are your brand, so you have to be the best form of you as possible, or focus on making that better for you, because you are your product, you know. Like your highest form of your product that you can provide to somebody is you being there performing live for them. Yeah, that's the highest that you can, you know, and that's where all these musicians make their money nowadays, is being there, you know. But but the thing is though, with the business wise though, is that like I was caught up in trying to live the lifestyle without actually living it to get there, you know. And I was realizing through it that even though I was a part of it, that it was cool, it was benefiting me in certain aspects, but it wasn't bringing me income to get through what I wanted to do. And I realized that in order what I wanted to do that, even to make the label more beneficial for me, I need to build it on my own. You know?
Yeah.
When people think getting signed by a label, all you gotta do is be famous, but really it's almost like an episode of Shark Tank. See Shark Tank, you know? Like they will look at you and then look at you like, okay, cool. Let me see. You're a musician out of Sioux Falls, right? You're doing tour. Like, okay, what is your yearly income on merchandise sales? How many times do you tour throughout the place? Okay, which cities do you hit? What are the demographics of cities? How much money do you make each one of these cities? What are your guarantees? Do you do ticket sales? Like they just want to see numbers created from a business. And then they're like, okay, so your business is like $100,000 a year business, but we feel that your product is good and we feel like we can build it up. Okay, so now we're going to dump some money into it, turn that into a $100,000 product business and make it a $2 million a year business.
Yeah.
That's what labels do. It's not like, hey, this guy's really talented, he's good. Boom, I'm going to sign this guy on a label.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what it is. Like, once you get to a certain level, everybody's as talented as you are, if not more talented.
Yeah.
So it's about how solid creative you are, how hard you work, and also about being a good businessman. That's what separates you from everybody else, you know? That's what makes you be successful in a world of business, you know? People get caught up in the music part of it because of the fame and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I always said the music is the easy part. Like, the everything else is the stuff that, is the real work.
And it's like 10% of it.
Yeah.
If even. The other 90% of it, honestly, is a bunch of bullshit. And a bunch of, especially at the level that I'm at right now, it's like, I'm not at a level, once you get to like higher level, obviously you're working with all like professionals and people that, that you say you want something done a certain way and it comes in, boom, but like, I'm still at a level where I'm still working with people like of all different types of people that I know, just people like, and stuff, and so like I might make an order for something and all of a sudden like, oh man, I got caught up with something, I got you next week, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm still caught up with some of that stuff, trying to weave my way out of that and work with professionals, but you gotta pay people that you want to work with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what people don't understand in that aspect of the business stuff is to create a good business relationship is not just being friends with somebody, it's providing them and paying them the value that you feel they deserve, and providing your service for them at the same time too, on time, as quality, and guaranteed to be the same way every time. And that's how you create a good friendship, because they know that they can do business with you and they're paying and they're getting for $1. People will pay $500 or extra for somebody they'd rather work with because it's on time, it's guaranteed, it's quality, and you're a good person to be around. People will pay for that stuff. So I don't want to work with people that aren't going to do that.
Yeah, for sure, man.
And that's what I want to provide you, So that's what I want to do,
Another thing I was going to ask is, do you have like your own little following that follows you from show to show?
Yeah, I don't.
Well, I mean, I know like Nick Lobes and Chris.
Yeah, those guys
follow you everywhere. Yeah, that's awesome.
Cody, Nick, Chris, Tyler, Britt, I love those guys. Always come. But yeah, I mean, it's cool because like I've started to see organic growth. I still think I'm in the phase where it's like they call them friends, where it's like they're your friends and they just love your stuff. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to call them my fans because they're my friends and them for a long time. But it's cool now that once you see the growth that I'm getting approached by strangers, and they're telling me like I appreciate your stuff, like your music's really good and stuff too. Like that's cool, I'm starting to get that, and that's just seeing that like what you're doing is working, But the craziest thing is like I had a song "Shut Up," right? The one where I got these black eyes from, right? It's like,
I don't know if everybody didn't see him.
If you're just listening to the podcast.
We had someone ask if you had contacts.
I think it was Levi. Yeah.
You just got really big pupils, or what's going on?
That's like this door guy at the bar was like, eyes kind of dilated. I was like, that's why you work at the door. Yeah, he looked at me, he's like, your eyes dilated or what? I was like, dude.
Speaking of 420.
I was like, yeah. I was like, no, but you know something that does this to him, let me know. No, but, what were we talking about again?
Your friends.
Yeah, well,
just like growing. It's like growing. Like, I mean, strangers approaching you, it's like cool. But like when I released that song, the Shut Up song, the thing that was the most powerful thing to me is I probably got like anywhere between 10 to like 20 messages of people telling me how it like helped them out of some serious dark places. Like serious dark places that like I was like tearing up reading these messages. And that was like one of the most powerful moments I've ever had in music, because that was like, I'm a true believer of like, if you don't work hard, you're failing those who don't failing those who believe in you. And when you get those messages, it's almost like I'm in too deep, you know? It's like, if I want to get out, I could, and I owe it to these people, you know? Like, that's what I feel like. And I feel that if it's just, it's crazy, you know? But it's a good feeling, you know? It's a good, like, you know? And
whenever you get those kind of messages, it's always cool, because sometimes, like, I'll think, like, am I just making this for, like, is anybody even listening to this shit?
Right.
And then, like the other day, me and Lyric were at Pizza Hut, and some dude strolled in and was, like, #1 fan or whatever, and Lyric, he walked away, and Lyric was like, who's that? I was like, fuck, I don't know. Like, some fucking guy. I don't know, but I appreciate it. But yeah, but it's little things like that show, like, yeah, people are listening, and people are getting it or whatever, you know. So you get those type of messages, and it just shows that, like, what you're doing is working or whatever, you know.
I just know what to say to him. What do I say? Like, somebody told me, like, literally that, like, I was on the brink of killing myself, you know, like, and something about this song just helped relieve a part of me that I couldn't reach, you know. And I was like,
damn.
Like,
I almost choked me up.
I don't know how to say that. I don't know I know I'm good with words and I make songs, but I'm not good with words and situations like that. You know, I'm just like, well, I'll keep making music for you. You know, like, that's awesome. Like, thank you for telling me that. Like, you know,
that is cool.
It's crazy.
It's nuts. Do we want to talk about 420?
Well, I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I don't.
I drove around all over this side of South Dakota.
It's also Earth Day, right? Or no, was that yesterday?
No, that's today.
Was that today?
Is that today?
I don't fucking know.
Today.
Earth Day?
Yes, today.
My schedule was crazy yesterday, so I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they had that.
I smoked it off the other day. I need to plant a tree.
Right on. Yeah, I don't partake, so it's no thing to me.
I do.
But
I had a great day.
I'll remember it.
Shit, I ate a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, everybody on Facebook is just talking all about, like, it.
You know, I must have unfollowed a lot of people because I don't ever see those.
I must have, like,
anymore.
the most ratchet Facebook.
Yeah,
like, 'cause all I see is just the worst.
I don't know about your Facebook, man.
Out of all of us, for sure.
My favorite thing, I started doing this about 2 months ago, was on their birthday, because, you know, it'll say, like, it's so-and-so's birthday today or whatever, and it'll have, like, I don't know, 9 or 10 people or whatever. I do, because
I'm popular.
Well, I have too many friends, and then the maxed out things or whatever. So I'll go there and I'll look at them, and I'll be like, all right, this person is 2 pages, or, you know, whatever. I'll delete whatever accounts aren't active, or I'll use that data, like, unfollow, like, all these people or whatever, so that way I don't
on
have
their birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. I'm deleting you, or I'm unfollowing you, or whatever. But yeah, it's just
friends. Happy birthday.
yeah, it's just.
So did you answer my question? Do you have another group like Nick and
like those guys?
Cody, you know, yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple.
Yeah?
A couple in different little towns, yeah.
That's awesome.
And they come out, it's pretty cool.
Do they come to like travel like they do?
Yeah, I've had some come to Sioux Falls, and for them it was like an 8-hour drive.
Jesus.
Came down for it.
That's a good fan.
And if you're driving 8 hours to see me, like, you know, like, obviously, like, you don't have to pay for a ticket. you know, like, I don't have to pay for a ticket just because, just let me know, man. Like, I see that, I'm like, man, I got you. Like, that's crazy, you know, like, that's just enough to me.
8 hours, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You ever had someone drive 8 hours to see you?
Someone fly out from San Diego.
Jesus.
Yeah. And to come to White River.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Back in the day when we were doing White River.
Yeah, White River is still like one of my favorite spots, but that bar closed down.
Mm-hmm.
But that place was the shit. But yeah, she came out from fucking San Diego to White River.
Crazy. Well, one of his music videos when
so she flew from California and then drove 4 hours to.
Yeah, I don't know where she flew into, but yeah.
Or 3 if she came from Rapid.
Yeah. It's fucking
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Gabe. How many albums have you dropped?
About to drop my 7th solo album. Like, but I mean, my first album came out, like my first solo album came out in 2004.
Nice.
I started putting out music as a record label in like 2001. We put out our first album.
Okay.
As a record label, I think this will be like our 21st or 22nd album. But I mean,
That's awesome.
I don't really consider myself a record label anymore because I'm not trying to sign anybody. I'm done with that whole
How long
bullshit.
have you had your record label?
Since 2000, we was like when I first started
So
like
18 years.
yeah, doing stuff. But yeah, this will be my 7th solo album when it eventually does come out.
That's awesome.
Um,
I can't wait to release my first full length album. You know,
yeah,
I'm waiting for it. You know, like I've like secretly have some stuff like some songs I want to start like doing that I've made and stuff. But I'm thinking I'm just trying to stick it on like the smaller stuff for now. You know, like smaller projects, just because it's a lot of time, energy, and money. And
the album you just put out is like 7 songs, right? Mm-hmm. Like that 7 to 10 to 12 songs is like the most you really want to do at this point, because like it's so saturated and people don't really listen to albums like they used to anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like fucking it's pointless to have like a 19 track album because people really aren't gonna listen to the whole fucking album.
Dude, that's why I appreciate J. Cole. His concert, he did his entire album.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's like, I know he's like, some rappers are nervous because they think people won't know the lyrics to the songs. He's like, but I'm gonna do the whole thing. I was like, damn, that's cool because I knew all of his songs. So yeah.
That's cool. He just dropped a new album the other day, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that until Anthony shared that on Facebook.
I'm not really a J. Cole fan, so I haven't listened to it. But
I like Neighbors, but I don't really know all of his songs either.
I should just say I'm not familiar with his music. I shouldn't say I'm not a fan, but
it's hard to like as a musician. Like I don't really go out looking to listen to new music, you know, because I feel like a lot of times if you're listening to new music, you feel like this is like the wave that's going, and almost kick yourself up trying to like follow that instead of I'm trying to be as me as possible. So I listen to like oldies music, because that's where music originated from, and you learn more about where music comes from, and then you can just portray it whatever you want to portray. You know, like it's important to know some of the old stuff because you know it's like knowing history. You know, you gotta know where shit came from. You know.
Yeah. I don't listen to any of the new stuff, really.
Yeah, I don't know much of.
I've like learned to appreciate certain artists recently, like Post Malone is somebody that like has been around for a couple of years now, but I just started appreciating him like in the last like 2-3 months now. I really like his
the songs
music.
that are blowing up now. He made those a while ago.
Yeah, well, he is somebody that, from what I understand, he blew up off the fucking internet. Like,
what is his nationality? Is he just
the white
guy?
dude? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The white Anderson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know if I've
Does he have
actually
dreads?
seen what he looked like.
He has like braids and I've seen a meme the other day. It was like he had like those fucking his braids out, and then he's got like a grill and shit, and like some button-up shirt, and then it was like Post Malone's really trying to be the ugliest motherfucker alive at this point.
He's cool. Yeah, it's funny because he got in the door because he like put this image out in the White Iverson song. He had dreadlocks, and the grill, and he's this goofy like white dude with a shave and stuff. And you know, and like people were like hating for it at first. Yeah. You know, like really hating on him for it. And then also people started figuring out who he was, and they're like, "Oh wow, this guy's really cool," you know.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how that's sometimes just gotta work like that, you know, like the way to come up when it comes to like fame, I guess in a sense, is a lot of times if it's not organic, which is like the hardest way to do it, but it's like a lot of times it's some like controversial thing or something that's like, you know, but at the same time it's like not something that's gonna be super controversial where it'll ruin you, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, so I don't know, it's crazy how that can happen, but then after that people start figuring out who you are.
Yeah, he definitely has a unique look, that's for sure.
But there's new songs that come out that are good. I'll hear them like on, you know, some percent play. I'm like, oh, who's that? Like, oh, the song like Anderson .Paak. That guy's awesome. Like, you know, like I don't know other people, but
I listen to everything.
You love Cardi B too.
I wouldn't say I love her.
I mean,
but
you were.
Belkelis Elmanzar. That's her fucking real name.
Oh, really?
What is it?
Like Belkelis Elmanzar. Sounds like you're singing.
Yeah, it's like summoning a demon or something.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to any of her. I haven't listened to any of her songs except for that one song that everyone
Bodak.
knows. Yeah.
Yeah, her album just dropped. It's alright.
I think you're in love with her.
Nah.
I mean, well, maybe her too, but I remember all his posts whenever he's like,
Well, when I first
Cardi B, oh
when
my
I first
God, oh my
discovered her,
God."
I was like, oh
Michael's
shit,
too.
there's like a fucking chick that's like spitting that like is really spitting, and
Another
in
Nicki
it,
Minaj.
yeah, and like in like a fucking landscape of like rappers that aren't even really rapping at this point, it was like refreshing to hear her like actually like fucking rapping. I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, and
She
then
was
she's
on
a
like
chick.
Love and Hip Hop or whatever.
I never knew who she was.
Yeah, she was so annoying.
She's just a new age Nicki Minaj.
That's what I said.
Mini me, yeah, like
Yeah.
that, like. He's taking somebody else's style.
Yeah.
And like that's all it is. Like yo, but Nicki created that style and it was last for so long. Like let's just keep like the industry's like let's ride this shit out until they milk it until it's worth its last dime.
Yeah.
Everybody's annoyed by it, and then they're like, okay, what's next? You know.
Yeah.
That's why
I feel like people really like that style though.
Well,
Especially the young people.
Nicki just put out that Chun-Li single.
Chun-Li.
Yeah, yeah. It's actually it's a dope video. Actually, it's like the video is just like her on like Snapchat or some shit like that, just fucking around.
Looking at all her stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't think I could ever be that famous.
yeah.
I would just go crazy.
That's basically what it is.
Just getting paid
A whole,
for people
a
to
whole
watch.
video, yeah.
Yeah.
I talked to a friend of mine who's a drummer, and he's like drummed for some pretty big bands, and he's talking about the singer that he's drummed for in this band one time, and the singer was pretty big, you know, and he was talking about how music used to be his, and then he would like go out to LA to record, and then all of a sudden he'd be like working on like a song with these guys, songwriting, and all of a sudden like he would be like, oh, I'm taking lunch real quick. I come back from lunch, and they'd be like, oh, we got the song done. Like, what do you mean you got the song done? They're like, yeah, we got it done already. He's like, oh, I wasn't even here. Like, you know what I mean? I'd be like, no,
Yeah.
this is what sells, and stuff like that. And like, he kept having these battles like that, put on music that he wasn't necessarily like he loved and stuff, and it caused him to do one like get into drugs and like stuff like that too, you know.
Yeah.
And one of the craziest things that he said though, he said like once you get to a certain level like that, it's like he's like you're not even people view it as like you're some like this big free reign like everything like king kind of But he's like it's more like you're a circus animal.
Yeah.
He's like because every day you're on the road. On a tour bus, you're in a hotel room, you're in a green room, you're always caged up in this little box.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like when they finally want to use you, you come out to the stage, and boom, everybody's just there and just watching.
Yeah.
After you're done, you go right back in your box,
Yeah.
And it drove him crazy.
That's a good analogy, actually.
But that's what comes with the job, so you gotta understand, like it's not meant for normal people.
Yeah.
It's not meant for it.
That's what you hear about all those people like overdosing or like doing something crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and everyone's like, oh, I didn't see that coming. They're so famous and rich. Why would they do that? Because no one sees like what the flip side of what they're going through.
It would fucking suck too to be like where you can't even go pump gas or like
Right.
fucking go
Go get
grocery
groceries.
shopping or something because
You
it
gotta
would
wear,
cause
like,
like a
a
fucking
wig.
riot. And,
Yeah, glasses and-
like yeah.
If it wasn't for the music part of it, of this thing, I wouldn't do it. But I
Yeah.
love music that much where it's like, because even though all of this is like a local name surrounding, but the bullshit that comes along with it, you wouldn't
Yeah.
even suspect, is there, is prevalent, it's there all the time, and it definitely outweighs the good stuff of it almost, but
Yeah.
it will never take away the music, and that's what
Yeah.
that's what like trumps it all,
It's crazy. I feel like we should talk about that meth walk that happened yesterday. or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I actually got to
That's
take
all
off.
you
Is that?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
if
so
you got to go,
questions?
man, that's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
It's good.
Coach,
Yeah.
you can find music on what?
Yeah. Tell us
yeah.
where we can
Yeah.
find you on all the social medias.
Tell us all your stuff. Tell the viewers all your stuff.
Denham-music.com, the website. You can keep updating all our shows, all the videos, all our music, everything there. Merchandise, whatever. It's a nice little hub right there. Otherwise, any major outlet, Spotify, iTunes, whatever you listen to, Pandora, should be on there. I guess all the social media stuff is Denham_music. Except for Facebook, it's Denham. Like Super Mario's favorite pair of pants. Facebook.com/Denham 3 times.
Yeah.
If you can't spell it, it's on my shirt. That's why I wear it.
Yeah.
So I remember. And
I saw your mom. Your mom You should have worn that today. You should have worn the Mary
it was
shirt
nice
today.
outside.
I was
wore it
driving
past
by.
the years.
I saw it when you were taking that picture. I was driving by. I was going to that meth walk yesterday, and I saw you out standing outside
over-
taking that picture.
That's
I was gonna
funny.
honk, but I got a bitch ass honk. So.
Look at shield. Me, so dog.
Yeah.
So that's where you can find it. I appreciate you guys for having me out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
cool.
we appreciate you coming.
Yeah, for sure.
The episode will be on like iTunes and all that shit on Wednesday. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it'll be all
Otherwise
over.
it's on Facebook.
Yeah, it's on live now, but yeah, you'll be able to download it and listen to it and all that shit on Wednesday or whatever.
All right, for sure.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank
Cool,
you.
cool.
Yeah, take it easy.
Appreciate
Appreciate it, man.
All right.
Look out of the way. Get the mic.
All right, see you,
All right,
Denham.
you
All right.
Take it
Take it
easy.
easy, man. All right.
I've never sat over here before.
I know. It hurts your back.
You better sit in your spot.
Yeah, so the meth awareness walk. I checked it out. I know Nightshade tried to. He struggled. He was following us, couldn't catch us.
I went to it and I went because I seen it at like 1:45. You guys were supposed to be at like some.
You went to it and found out
School.
there was no meth. So
Yeah, I was like, it's fucking false advertising. But
Just kidding.
I sat at that school for a minute and then I had I was like, fuck this. So I drove around to see where it was at, and you guys were over by like across from like Get and Go. There was like a gang of people.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's gonna be like another at least half hour before like they get to that stop. And I was like, I'm gonna go to the gym. So
Yeah.
and
So
I
we
did.
dished out.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Was
Yeah.
there a lot of people?
Oh yeah. I don't know. We covered like a good 2 blocks or so.
Like
Like
over
when we-
100 people, you think?
Oh yeah. Easily.
Yeah, it was
Because
a
like
good
if that's like
amount of
adults,
people.
that's not even counting the kids. So
Yeah.
I'm sure like the numbers had been like closer to 200.
Who was
150.
talking? Do you know, or did you?
I don't know. I missed the intro where they were at the Labor Temple across from McDonald's on 10th Street. So I know they had some speakers like people who are recovering from meth addiction and I'm not quite sure what else happened there.
It was like a 3-hour deal, wasn't it?
Yeah,
How
because
long
they
did
went at like 11:30. You could go make signs and all of that. But then I think the speakers started at noon maybe.
So how long was the actual walk then, or like where did you guys walk to?
Yeah,
from?
so it felt like a long walk. So we were right by the parking lot of the First United Methodist Church. So we're closer on the end by Minnesota Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
We went down Spring all the way to 18th, down to Lowell Elementary School, and then we took that block all the way back down to like Mercado.
So like the hood.
Yeah, we were like deep in
Holy
it.
shit.
And I had, I felt good, and then as soon as we hit that block, like,
Like
what is that,
Mercado?
14th Street?
Yeah.
I like, what goes down in a lot of these places. And I was like, damn, like, we're going to see people, like,
On meth. Yeah.
And so that really was, like, messing with me. But, like, at the same time, it's
That's
like,
cool
they're
though
gonna
that they
see
went
us,
through the meth flooded area.
Yeah,
you
like,
know?
so Richie Richards, huge shout out to him. I got to meet him briefly yesterday, and he's the one who helped organize all of it. I think there were several people involved, so I apologize, I don't remember everyone's names, but he pinpointed each location on purpose, and he picked that spot specifically for all reasons.
That's awesome.
And so I think it was really cool that it happened right there. Obviously, we know meth addiction occurs in all neighborhoods, not just right there, but
But some places
it's the heart.
thicker than
It's the heart of where a lot of things go down. So
and you can just see them standing out in
Yeah.
that area.
yeah, so we hit about Mercados and we turned and we were we were in Lucky Lady's parking lot. And so as we're like rolling up, people are like looking at us like, what the heck? Because there's like a lot of us and we just keep coming and then
We're the cops.
yeah, the cops followed us. So there's 2 like on their little 4-wheelers and
Everybody's sort of
Yeah.
freaking out.
yeah. So me and Tara, so I'm like, mind you, I'm like pushing my twins that are probably a good 100 pounds together. And like the gravel and the mud and the snow, and I'm just like going for it, I was sweating bad, like my whole hair was just like drenched in the back, and I was like, I got this, That was my workout yesterday, but yeah, so we hit Lucky Ladies, and then like this dude across the street in this I'm not gonna say the color of the house and put him on blast like that. Across the way, he's like walking back and forth and like recording us, and he's like mumbling stuff, and everyone's like,
oh my goodness.
And then right as I'm crossing the way, like an SUV with a bunch of people in it. They're like, oh, I love Meth. They like screamed out the window. And like, you know, everyone like looked at him. And I was just like, you know, that I thought it would be worse, so it wasn't as bad as I thought, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just like, damn.
And the cops were with you and they went by and said that? I love Meth.
Yeah, they did. They rolled their window down and they were driving slow, driving speed limit.
Rolling it in there.
I mean, one of the cops done
Smoking his pipe.
go chase after him.
A couple weeks ago, this is off topic, but a couple weeks ago I was with my homegirl. We met this dude, and he was buying us drinks and doing all this or whatever. That night we went to your bar, and
okay, yeah.
he stopped. He's like, I gotta stop at home real quick, and he was like, all right, that's what's up. And then he lived like on that fucking block, like the fucking ghetto block, and we're like, what the fuck are we doing here? And then he went outside. He went in there.
Just be bringing him to my bar.
Yeah. And, I mean, he was an alright dude, to be honest. I mean, he was an alright dude, but he goes into his house and, you know, homegirl in the car, and I'm like, the fuck, we're just gonna sit out here? And then she was like, no, we gotta go.
She's like, fuck that. She told me, she's like, fuck that. I'm not going in there.
So we fucking got out and we ran down to the fucking that come and go down there, and then we took a lift to her spot or whatever, but just
Like chilled off fancy.
shit.
Most people probably don't even know what that is that are listening.
Ah, man, you gotta get on that lift shit, man. But yeah, I was just running through the fucking ghetto at like fucking 12 o'clock
Some
at night.
creepy dude.
Hey, you know that come and go? This is off topic too, but that come and go right across from the jail, they closed at like 11 or something. They used to be 24 hours. So one time I was getting nachos like late at night, and I'm like, they're all dimming the lights down. I'm like, what's going on? You guys closing? They're like, yeah. So the next time I went, right before closing again, I was like, why? Why are you guys in that? And they're like, oh, you know, the jail, everyone comes right over here when they get out. And I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know how they could force a business to, like, close down. Like
Huh.
But,
Like,
yeah.
that's the whole reason that come and goes there.
Right.
You go over, get out of jail, go get your fucking 211 and fucking...
No, I'll admit, like, one night this past summer, it was freaking creepy because there's, like, chicks that look like strippers, about 4 or 5 of them, and it was just, like, so weird. There's, like, 5 people without no shoes. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I felt like I was in a movie, and I wanted to record all this, but, you know, at the same time, I was like, I'm going to just go and get my damn junk food and go, so, yeah. But
out there taking pictures of hookers.
Yeah.
No shoes. It's probably one of that girl that took off from Gabe.
Oh, yeah.
that's
Fuck.
probably her.
Speaking of meth heads, fuck. I had my own fucking, like, yeah, goddamn. Fucking
We
shit
need a
was
whole
terrible.
episode. I think we should just do one
Just
episode.
Man, we could do a couple
all
episodes.
Your hookups.
I'll tell you, I'll tell this story. We got some time. My homegirl from the res comes up here, and I already know she's a fucking meth head. It's whatever. But, and fucking, but I mean, I go...
Did you see his snap?
no, he deleted it before I had.
No, I
He
don't
left it
know.
on there until it went off. It was on his story.
Oh,
But
I don't know.
anyways,
oh yeah, playing pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I seen that.
So, like, I go way back with this girl, like, way back to, like, 2002, like, long time ago. Before she was a meth head. So she hits me up, and she's like, I'm in town, you want to hang out? And I already knew what I was getting into. So I was like, alright, that's what's up. So I picked her up, and then, you know, we went out, we had fun. It was alright. And then we go back to my house, and she's like, she's all fucking, like, takes off her fucking pants and underwear, and she's dancing around, twerking around, and, you know, that's what's up. It's like, alright, that's cool. Handle your business. And then and then she fucking just out of nowhere just starts flipping out. It's like, what the fuck? She's like crying and like...
so it goes from buck ass naked,
Yeah.
dancing around all stripper like for Gabe to complete Ms. mode.
Yeah, she's like losing her shit, and she pulls out like a pair of panties out of her purse and fucking takes them and goes over to the sink and starts washing her panties in the sink. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And she's like crying. And like, I'm like, are you okay? Like, what is going on here? Like, what the fuck's happening? And then she's all like, I gotta go. And I was like, you're not even from here. Like, where are you going? And then she walks out. And then, like, I was like, oh shit, that bitch knows my car. So I was like a little bit worried about my car. So I went outside to see what was going on. And then, she's like clear down the street, like just strolling with her fucking 2 big old bags at like 1:30 in the morning. No, some wet ass panties.
When he told me, I was like,
yeah, no, it was like 3:30 in the morning because it was after game time or whatever, and then. Yeah, he's like, where the fuck is this bitch going at 3:30 in the morning with some wet ass panties on?
Have you heard from her since?
I haven't talked to her, but I've seen she's posted on Facebook, so I know she's alive. But like,
they're still friends on Facebook.
I know. She's alive.
But she didn't post. She didn't post for like a long time. She didn't post for like a good 5-6 days because I was like,
5-6 days.
Yeah, I was like following. I was like, I wanted to see if she was like fucking. Like, was gonna post something like, where the fuck am I? Or I'm in jail or something. Because, like, what happens to you at that time?
Or it's just, like, so normal for her. And she's like,
yeah.
right, well.
Yeah, that probably was, like, a regular-ass night for a fucking meth head. She's probably just like, oh, well, it's just another fucking
meth
day.
Here, I'm out.
Yeah.
What? This guy has food in his fridge? I'm out of here.
He's talking about going to sleep? Fuck this shit. I'm gonna wash my panties and get the fuck out of here.
Oh my god. Poor girl.
Oh man, yeah. It's a nightmare. That was like 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, whatever that was. God bless her though. But anyways, that meth walk.
Yeah, back to that.
Yeah.
So like, I don't even know how to do this. How do you go from that?
That's why we need the meth walk. We need the fucking awareness. Like fucking.
No. I mean, it was cool though.
Need to help these girls.
Because there's people in recovery, there are people who, have someone that they love struggling with that, or kids. The kids led that, and it was the Marty Indian School kids. They came deep. They had a whole busload. They came with the Boys and Girls Club. So there was a lot of them, and their messages were strong on their posters. Like one had Meth, give my mom back.
Oh,
jeez.
Dude, that's like deep when you see that, because I feel like a lot of times people focus a lot on the people who are going through addiction, and I feel like often the kids are left out, and I see that side of it because I'm on the other end of that, and I see those kids, and that's hard to see, and it's like empowering though to come together all as one, and it was really beautiful though. Yeah, it was a great turnout. And you could just, feel that energy, anytime.
Was that the only school that brought up busload, or?
I don't know. I heard there might have been some Pine Ridge kids there. I don't know from which school. So I missed the intro, so I don't really know.
Who is the guy that did this again?
Richie Richards. He was watching our podcast a little bit ago. But...
Like, these motherfuckers won't shut up about music.
Yeah, right? He's probably locked off. But, so he went to the prison today and did stuff with the prisoners. Is he from here in town? Or? No, I don't think so. I think he might be from Siston area. I don't know.
Did you say that they're going to do it more often, or?
I think, the whole takeaway was, what can you do to keep this movement going, and not just it be a walk, but how can you incorporate it into whatever else, the rest of your life. So
one thing
I have a feeling there will be, but this was led by youth too. So
that's what I was gonna say.
I've seen a lot of
stuff like that.
I've seen a lot of Crow Creek flags, so there must have been youth from Fort Thompson.
They should get kids from all the reservations, I think, together.
Yeah. And I think not only that, but that's everywhere. I know people in Sioux Falls that are affected by it.
If you reach the kids, if you can stop the kids from doing it, then they could at least...
Yeah. To me, it's all about prevention. So my nephew held a sign that said, I pledge to be meth-free. Will you join me? That's awesome. It's you can take that stand young so you don't have to deal with all of the things after. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lose your life for a little bit and then try to struggle the rest of your life, getting back to a normal place, so... Yeah. I think this was empowering, and I'm really excited to see what other
Well,
steps
I think
we
the
can
kids
do.
are coming up now because their parents are all on it, and they see what it's doing to their parents, and they obviously don't want to be like that.
Yeah, and their siblings, and Richie made a good statement. I'm gonna mess it up and not do a good job. But he made a statement like, he's like, because it was early. He's like, there's kids waking up in my home and they're having to like look out and babysit their younger siblings, and like that's happening right now as we're like marching, So, I mean, it puts it in perspective. Like it's a relevant topic, and I think it's something that everyone, at least good majority of the people I know have been affected in some way, and so.
The one thing, I don't know, I mean, the one thing I heard from like a couple people told me this was that just the name of it kind of put them off on it, like the Meth walk or whatever just sounded fucked up.
Yeah.
So I don't know if maybe they could call it something else or brand it a little bit differently.
Because I know it was like the meth awareness
March
Four
Against
Directions
Meth or something like
walk.
that.
Yeah.
Something, yeah. It was just like.
And my thing is like I've always kind of wanted to do something related to that. I've struggled with like how do you do that?
That's what your next one should be, like in the summertime or something,
Yeah, I don't know. Me and Mike had a plan because we go to Hawthorne pretty often in the summertime. And there's always a bunch of kids there, mostly Native kids, and we're like we should bring like popsicles and ices and waters and get to know these kids a little bit. I would love to do more with youth, and it's been something I've since you've known me, I think I've talked about, but it's just hard to get in that space, like to actually put a plan down and go through with
Actually
it.
do it, yeah.
Yeah, because my twins are 3 right now and they need me right now, and so I feel like next year they'll be in a better place where they actually are.
And then if your
listening.
kids see you doing it, that'll rub off on them. And
Oh
they'll
yeah,
go on.
the girls are little. I mean, they follow me and do everything I do, so I know they would love to like help and help lead something in Sioux Falls. So I'm just one person, and there's a lot of people there, and I'm sure they all took away some type of message, from it, which is cool. I met 2 ladies while I was there, and they just happened.
Is there like a website or? Just...
Well, I know they got their Facebook page, and Nightshield shared it. But other than that, I don't know what else. I know Richie posts stuff on his Facebook, but yeah, I'm not quite sure what else. But
it should be like a place where everybody could go.
Yeah. I know Sioux Falls needs more ongoing things for sure, and other
so
places
they could like
as well.
collaborate, like you do one this time of year, and you do another one this time.
It would be nice because I know part of their efforts was like we did this on the West River, we want to bring it to the East River type thing, and I think that should always be the case. Like whatever goes on here, someone should be out there, kind of helping organize something, and vice versa. But. Yeah, so I met 2 ladies out there, and they happened to hear me talking to someone, and they're like, I need to meet you, what's your name? And so I know the older ladies are like, we need a place, like it would be nice to like have more, just places where we can make ribbon skirts or, things like that. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm down for that,
Yeah.
Because I know Vermilion USD, Dr. Elise Boxer, she's from my tribe, and she's a professor out there, and she does that with the students there, the Native students at USD, and I was like, I don't want to have to travel to do that, but if there's something in Sioux Falls, there's people here that have always wanted to do things like that, so it'll be interesting next year.
But it's just
to
like
see
reaching the right people, like, because I never heard about that. I would like to do that, but the first time I've heard about it is right now from you.
Yeah, it's all about connections and people sharing it more, I think. I try to share everything I can on Facebook, and I know you both kind of do when you guys see things, so it's just reaching out more, and I think more things will come. I have a good feeling about it, so we'll see.
Hopefully more people turn against meth.
Yeah.
God, yeah. That underwear story should scare some people.
I know, right? Like,
Scare some people straight.
Hopefully.
Otherwise, you got
Any of you young kids listening out there.
You don't want to be that girl.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Washing your panties, crying in the sink.
I want to know why she was washing them.
Exactly. Or why'd she pull them out of her purse? and wash them.
Yeah.
Would you keep the clean ones in there?
It's like you figure out one thing, and that just opens a whole new world of questions.
Oh man, I even text my homegirl too. I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen tonight, but like it's gonna end fucked up. I already know. Like it's gonna be something fucked up.
Yeah, I was watching your Snapchat after I seen your post, and I was just like, oh my god.
I never got.
You should have left at that time.
It made me want to just like move around or do something.
Yeah,
just watching it. She was
I
like,
never got
she
so
was
many
moving her whole
snaps
fucking body. I was like, oh
from
my
people.
God.
Like I had probably had more snaps that day just off of that thing than I've ever gotten. Like, and it was just
everybody was
everybody was
to
like,
that
dude,
shit.
like what the fuck? Like what the fuck are you doing?
Oh my! So this brings me to another story. So there's a guy who moved back here from like Arizona or something. He lived in Sioux Falls his whole life, but moved away past like 4 or 5 years or something. Anyways, so he made a whole post about it's like, can you tell me if you're the meth head? Because people around here hide that shit really good.
Yeah,
And I
for
was
real.
just like laughing my ass. I can't. Yeah, I gotta show you guys the post. It was just hilarious, but. And then someone was commenting like, "Well, what's the problem if they're getting their business done? Like, what's
What's
it's like
the
because they're a
problem?
fucking meth head. Like they do meth. Like
Yeah.
Like I said, we were drinking last night, and one of the guys that was at our house was like gonna invite some girls. I was like, "Well, are they meth heads? I don't want any fucking meth
Yeah.
heads here." All of a sudden, I'm like moving everything. Hide this, hide this, hide this. He's like, yeah.
Let's go
He's
sit
like,
on
all
the
right, I
neighbor's
won't
porch.
invite him over.
Yeah.
It's like, thank
next
you.
time we'll sit outside.
We'll go to your house next time, motherfucker.
Fuck.
Invite him over all you want.
Crazy.
Yeah, nobody wants to hang out with the meth heads.
Man, it's rough.
Still anything.
It's rough out there.
Yeah, we had a longtime friend one time come over. He would come over and like borrow cigarettes or, you know, just eat. He would feed him sometimes. You know, he's an older guy, he's like in his 60s, native dude. And he'd just show up out of the blue sometimes. He was always like super nice guy. But the one time he came over and Jammer was like kind of just in and out of it. He let him in and we had money sitting on the couch and he fucking took it. Jammer didn't notice it because it was my money sitting on the couch. It's like, what an asshole.
I
you
mean,
know?
like people.
I've known him
that-
for like a long time, you know. And then just recently he texted Jammer and said, hey, I'm sorry, I was in a bad place or whatever. I'll pay you back or whatever. I was like, don't worry about paying it back. Just don't come around
Just
anymore.
don't fucking do it.
Yeah. Yeah, so we
I know. I don't
trusted you.
trust. It's like they're completely different people around that man. I'll never understand the selfies. You know
Man.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Or the eyebrows.
Yeah.
God, yeah. What's up with the meth eyebrows? Fuck, we need
They
to
just, like-
walk just for that shit.
Yeah. Meth eyebrows march.
I saw like it's like you see people and then they're like, you know, they're like regular, you know, just doing their thing and then they start doing that and then like they start like getting like so confident and like they just think they're the shit. I don't know how to.
It's the
you
drugs.
know
The
what I
drugs
mean?
make you think that you're
That's
normal or you're like
Yeah.
You just
legit,
think
you know.
you're like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah,
The sunglasses.
You look
I don't
good.
do that either.
Oh, I'm skinny. Like,
My teeth look great today.
yeah, my tooth looks great.
Yeah, that's the scariest thing though. I don't know, the police department or something. I seen like they did like a before and after like 6 months of someone
Yeah.
and then a year.
They got those down at the jail, don't they?
yeah, somewhere I
Those
seen
posters
it,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Why you look at me like that?
I don't know, because you like fucking call me every time you get in jail. You're the only one that calls me from there.
You're the only one who knows what the jail looks like.
Fuck.
Shit.
Yeah, that's scary though. Like how dramatic you can change in like a year.
Man. Yeah. I don't know.
You show kids those. You think that would be enough.
Or like, you know, I would hear people, back in my party days, I would hear people be like, some people smoke it, some people would shoot it up. And they're like both, oh, they're smoking it. And the other one's like, oh, they're shooting it up. Like, they're both bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Like, oh, they're just shooting it. Don't worry about it. It's all
Yeah, the
good.
people that shoot it up, they're like, oh, it's more cleaner to do it that way or whatever.
Fuck
yeah.
no.
So you're not like, I don't know. That's what I said. It's the drugs. It's the
Yeah.
drug logic, meth logic.
It's the worst.
Not a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, to change that subject a little bit. We got my homeboy Def I is going to be calling in here pretty soon. It's from New Mexico. It's an MC. Fucking, it's pretty dope. Last time I seen him, I think, was in Philadelphia. We did a show together. Pretty sure that was the last time I seen him. But yeah, he should be calling pretty soon here.
You know what I want to start doing? Gina, she needs a kidney transplant or whatever. I kind of want to start doing that, like maybe at the end of the show or something.
Yeah.
Plug for her.
We could definitely do that. For sure.
Not enough people know about it. Get
Yeah.
tested or whatever, you know? I don't know all the details, so start the next show. But
Yeah. Well, yeah, we should look into that, and we can definitely do that. I don't know.
How you liking your new phone?
I like it. I like it a lot. It's got a big screen. I don't know. I like it.
I seen the Samsung 9 Plus. They're like long. Have you seen them?
No.
Crap. How do
you got another new phone?
Well, I got the
No, the-
iPhone X.
Okay. iPhone 10.
Yeah. It's, I don't know, I like it. It's cool.
So Lyric has your old one now?
No.
Oh.
No, she still has the same phone.
Oh.
I just traded in the other one.
You upgraded, huh?
Yeah,
She did it.
She was fucking pissed about that.
Well, I'd be too.
Shit, she's lucky to have that phone.
Me. Games of me and Dad.
Yeah. Yep. It's the worst.
She's still got like the old, what is it?
She's just
6 or something.
I think so, yeah. Yep.
My daughters don't have a phone. So.
Yeah, so Lyric is privileged.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So what's up, man?
Well, you just gotta wait.
We're just waiting here.
He's gonna call in a second.
In a
here, so-
second?
Yeah.
Yeah, can we put some elevator music on?
Yeah. Is anybody watching us in Facebook?
2 people.
All right. It's probably us.
Yeah, it's probably,
All four. My
Us
phone
four.
went dead. I didn't have a charger.
Shit. I do have a charger. What kind of charger? For Android?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I don't. Nope, I don't. My bad. Oh, I did. So many things
I got it all
today.
down. And I'm like,
Oh.
Oh, that is our caller.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what up?
Caller number 9.
Yeah, caller number 9. How are you doing, man?
Hey, what up, man? Just calling in live from San Francisco. Just arrived just a couple minutes ago on tour. Shout out
shit.
to everybody tuned in. Shout out to the podcast and everybody there.
That's what's up, man. Wait, you got a show tonight then, or what?
Yeah, I got a show tonight. It's a weekly show. Yeah, it's a weekly show tonight.
Where is it at? Where can people catch you if they're watching it on Facebook tonight?
Oh, did we lose it?
Are you there?
Hello, hello, hello. He mute himself? Just carrying on.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Sorry about that.
Okay, it's all good. Was asking where's the show at tonight if people are tuned in live to go catch it.
Yeah, we're at the Boom Boom Room tonight.
Oh, shit.
Here in San Francisco. It's for a weekly they have here. Probably one of the best pop weeklies in the country. It's called Return of the Cypher. Other words, ROTC. So we'll be performing tonight. I've been on a tour with my good homie Ben What's Real. He's Bay Area MC out here. You know, I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico myself. And just been on a tour run for this past couple months. It's been great. It's good to be on your podcast, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for giving us a call. I know you just dropped an album a couple days ago. Is that right?
Yeah, I dropped it digitally. It just dropped Friday on 4/20. It's a live band project for myself. I'm part of this quartet. We go by Dedat, and it's basically a live band inspired from jazz, hip hop, funk, a couple other elements in there too. But it's mainly some fusions, some lit indigenous jazz music that we just dropped. If you want to check it out, anybody tuned in, it's on all social media platforms except Pandora. You just type in Dedat, DDAT, and then you'll be able to pop up.
That's what's up. Is it? It's all natives or just like I guess.
Basically, our trumpet player is Full Dene. He's my homie Delbert Anderson. Our upright bass player is Irish fellow. He's a good friend of mine, Mike McLuhan. Our drummer is Latino, is Nicholas Lucero, and I myself am Dene, Defy. So, we're a diverse group, but being that two of our members are, all Native or Indigenous First Nations, so we participate in a lot of events based around First Nations or Indigenous events, you know what I mean? But definitely, since we're so diverse, we kind of hit a lot of other different markets and avenues. So it's kind of cool to represent in other areas too, off the res.
That's what's up. You're a member of a couple of different groups, right? Because you're a member of Definition Rare, and then you do solo stuff as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I stay as active as I can full time with different projects. My best friend, Wake Self, we have a group called Definition Rare. And best buddies since the beginning, throughout our times as MCs. But, we both branch out. But we've definitely still got some projects coming out.
That's what's up. How long have you been rapping? Like, when would you say you first got into music?
I think after I heard the Chill Rob G song, I got the power on Ninja Turtles, not the animation one, but the first Ninja Turtles one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's just a couple songs on there where I heard the beat and it was catchy, and I think Chill Rob G is really underrated. So I got to give him some props as being maybe one of the first MCs that I heard and that caught my ear, and I was like, yo, I like that. That's a nice beat, nice flow. Eventually got into drums and poetry in middle school, and just found out, that MCing is a perfect combination of just poetry and drumming together. So it worked out well. I tried to be a b-boy at the beginning of my findings of hip-hop culture itself, but I wasn't as good as my counterparts and peers. So I had to try to find my niche and find a way where I can contribute to the culture and just give back. So MCing has been my primary element that I've practiced throughout the years, but I've also been a producer and made a lot of beats throughout the time.
That's what's up. We can credit Defy to Ninja Turtles. That's what jumped it all off.
that and B Street, B Street, Star Wars, those old movies like that from the 80s and stuff. So got to give credit to Harry Belafonte too for coming out with Beat Street, because that was probably the first video that I seen that I was like, oh, this is cool, to watch. But I think maybe a lot of the Battle of the Year B-boy tapes back in the day were also a huge influence upon me to want to get into it.
Yeah, that's what's up. I've been knowing you for a long time, man. I can't even remember the first time we started doing stuff together. I think it was definitely before that Battle of the Chiefs. I think, didn't you battled Manic Wonderful or whatever, and Maniac battled Hellenbach, and I knew you before then, but I can't remember from where. It might have just been partying around or whatever down in Albuquerque or whatever.
Wild time, wild night. Back then was sure.
I think I have a video. I think I seen this. I have a video of you. This is way back in the day, before I ever knew you. I have a video of Hellenbach was in the middle of the street trying to battle somebody or whatever, and you were back there, and I didn't realize it was you till years later. I was like, oh shit, that's Defy. But I seen that video recently, and I was like, I didn't even realize that I had known you back then, but apparently I did.
That's crazy, man. Damn. Well, if you can, after the podcast, email me that footage.
Yeah, man. It's somewhere on YouTube. I'll dig it up and find it and send it to you.
Okay.
It's funny, man.
Go.
That's gotta be shit. That's gotta be 2004, 5, 6, somewhere around there. I don't remember, but
yeah, I think maybe 2006, 2007. We've known each other at least over 10 years. I know we've done a couple shows throughout the times, and I remember the show we did in Philadelphia. That was nice.
Yeah, that was
hanging out and stuff, and good times, man.
You've been sober since about then, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that time was probably one of the last few times that I actually drank. So
I was thinking about
sober
that
for at least over 4 years now.
That's what's up, man. It's like after you party with Night Shield, just done.
Yeah, I remember that night. Just walking in the next morning, like, oh man, what up, bro?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Speaking of shows, we got that. You're putting on the gathering of MCs here coming up pretty soon, right?
Yeah, man. I think it's like the 8th or 9th annual gathering of MCs. I'm really looking forward to that. There's a lot of MCs coming in from across the country. It's going to be dope. Friday the 27th at Launchpad. If anybody is going to Albuquerque, New Mexico for the Gathering of Nations, make sure you come out to the Gathering of MCs on Friday night. It'll be a rap competition, best 16-bar battle, a lot of live showcases, live art, DJ reflection on the ones and twos. And the format's going to be a little different this year. I want to throw in a couple extra twists on the rap competition itself. So it'll be a fun surprise. And it's always a good time. I'm really excited to have you out there too, man, as a performer. And yeah, man, it's always a good time. You know, you've been out there so many times to Albuquerque.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. I haven't been in a few years, so I'm just excited to get back and, see everybody again and just get back down there, man.
Yeah, man, just could I give a little shout out of the entire lineup and stuff in case anybody might not recognize some of these MCs?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Thank you, man. Yeah, so there'll be performances from Definition Rare, Wake Self, and myself, Artsim, The Tiny Means, Chase Manhattan, Night Shield, Honey, DJ Poetic C, Truth 66, Antro, Bishop Underdog, Dada Magma, she's a dope MC representing Walatoa Nation, Little Methods, Dirt Villains, Running with Arrows, and Macchiato Music. So, I mean, it's a big lineup there.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of MC there, too, just to compete.
I'm looking forward to Ill Methods. I've seen them a few times. I've never met them in person, but I'm a fan of their music, and I like Second Born Son a lot, so I'm excited to see them perform.
Yeah, everybody's got some, it's going to be a good performance all around. I'm really hyped to see everybody get down. Definitely going to have to try to sleep the night before, because it's going to be a real busy weekend.
Yeah, man, that whole weekend is usually just like a blur of madness going on, so I'm excited for it.
Right, yeah, same here, man. So I also got the album release party on Sunday, in case anybody is sticking around for after the Gathering of Nations. There's always a powwow that happens at UNM, and that's a free powwow. So after that, we'll be performing at the Cooperage on Sunday evening, right at 7:30, for our live band, and that's the live band CD release party for DeDat. I'm really looking forward to that, man. It's probably my best work thus far as an MC. I'd say as far as like technicality goes, because just rapping over a live band is a lot different than over beats. You know what I mean? Yeah,
definitely. It's a totally different experience as a fan and as an artist. It's a completely different thing than just watching someone rap on a mic with a DJ or whatever.
True.
I don't know. Well, we got your song "Water Is Life," which is going to be the song that we're going to end the show with today. Do you want to talk a little bit about that video and how that came about?
Yeah, the song "Water Is Life" you're about to hear, it's sprung from the Standing Rock movement and No Dapple movement, Protect Sacred Sites movement, and the Water Protector movement. I wasn't able to be there for part of the time, or most of the time that whole, I guess you'd say, incident was going down up there up north. By the time I arrived to help fundraise, I completed the song and got a chance to shoot a music video, perform it there on the Standing Rock camp grounds, and also at the casino for a fundraiser for the Legal Defense Fund. Anyway, years later, just a few days ago, actually, the song was able to be, from Sway in the Morning played my song, talked a lot about it, and said some very inspirational words about this song. And it means the world to me because, I've taken a direction towards, like, you know, rapping more about issues that are happening today, more so than just, you know, battle raps. When you first mentioned earlier, I used to be a battle MC. Took a step back from that and tried to, you know, take direction towards the music and putting more meaning into it. Basically, one of my poetry teachers a long time ago, she said something to me like this. She said, like, don't let the rhyme carry the message, let the message carry the rhyme. And after that point, talking with a couple of mentors, I just like, you know, switch it up from battle rap to, I guess I don't want to be labeled as just strictly conscious, because there's all kinds of different other songs that I'm doing, but Water's Life is definitely dedicated to water protectors, and thanks for playing that joint. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. Well, shit, we're about to sign off, man. Do it up at the Boom Boom Room tonight, man. Shit should be pretty dope, and we'll catch you in a couple days here in Albuquerque, man.
Okay, man. Safe travels, and let me know when you land.
Definitely.
And I'll see you soon.
All right, man.
Much
Take
love
it
to
easy.
everybody out there. And if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, at DEF_I.
Yeah, I would say,
Alright.
space that out. Spell, alright, do all your social media stuff so people can follow you and buy your music and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, check me out. Follow me on social media, Instagram and Twitter at DEF_I. Spotify, Snapchat, DEF-I. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/DefRapper. DEFRAPPER. And that's pretty much it right there. You can hit me up online. Got music videos and a couple of recent appearances of me rapping on Slay in the Morning Live. And a lot of good things coming up soon. So thank you very much for having me on the podcast, though.
All right, no problem, man. All
Thank
right.
you for joining us.
Yeah. Have a good night, man. We'll see you in a couple days.
All right. Peace, brother.
All right, take it easy.
I'm going now.
All right, that's what's up. Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
It's a good dude. That show we did in Philadelphia together, like he had like his merch game is like fucking crazy. He's got like earrings and like all kinds of like shit that I would have never thought to fucking sell. Like just
She did
earrings.
some little night shield earrings.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Like, and he was selling the shit out of those things too. I was like, I think I sold like 2-3 CDs that night. He was just fucking making money hand over fist off earrings. His earring game was ridiculous. But yeah, I was like, God damn, it's crazy. But yeah, he's a good dude. We'll be rocking together this Friday at the launch pad. So yeah, well that's the show. I think you guys got any
And
final
tell
words?
the
Or?
natives that are going to gatherings where you're gonna be, where you're gonna show, where you're.
Yeah, I'll be at the launch pad Friday night. If you're in Albuquerque, come fuck with me. I'll be down there all weekend. I'll be the fat guy out in front of Walter White's house and crying in the Infinity War movie and all that stuff. So yeah, I'll be down there. Hit me up. Fucking, we'll be doing whatever. So hit me up and let's get into some hijinks or whatever. Probably be trying to do some podcasting down there too. Hit up some people, and I don't know if I want to do like
interview type deals. Or...
Yeah, like I might just bring it to that show since like a lot of the artists will be there, and maybe just try to get like a round table of everybody together. Or I was thinking maybe just do something in my room because there's like it's weird because there's not like many hip hop events going on that I'm aware of anyway. Usually it's like fucking cluttered with hip hop events. And it seems like this year there's only that gathering of MCs and then Red Cloud's doing a show the same night at the same time. But that's just Friday, but there's nothing Thursday and nothing Saturday, which normally it goes, there's events like all
Start something up. Start a 49 somewhere.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just going to be fucking filthy with natives, so I'm sure we'll...
It's always a great time. I've only been to it once, but...
Yeah.
I've never gone.
It's awesome. You should
Oh, it's so ridiculous. Like, the bars close, and, like, the streets are literally flooded with fucking natives.
There's so many of them that when the cops come to break it up, they can't do nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing
just so many of them.
That's insane.
It's like... Yeah.
One of these years I'll make it out. Maybe.
It's a blast. It's so fun.
You have to do it once in your life.
Yeah, and it's great. I can't wait to get down there. So, but yeah, I don't know if I might just.
Are Are you driving then or flying?
Flying. I might just like call certain people to my room and be like, let's just have a one-on-one sit down rather than like, you know, try to avoid all
Try to chase everybody down at the show.
Yeah.
Get a quiet spot.
Yeah. So I don't really have much going on Saturday. So I think I might try to do some live podcast, or not live podcasting, but just get some shit done on Saturday. Mm-hmm. I got a big ass suite, so it's gonna be pretty dope.
Sweet.
Cool.
Sweet. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. That's the show.
We appreciate you.
We will see you guys in a couple weeks, and holler at me if you see me in Albuquerque. Peace out.
See ya.
Water is life. Protect sacred sites. Water is life. Protect sacred sites. Water is life. What up? Yeah. Some are making comparisons, others hate on my heritage. Say what they say, I'm labeled as a Native American. Seen another native too faded, made an embarrassment. Have to tell our own stories and make our own narratives. They look at my face and start behaving racist and arrogant. Stating our case, but we're more than able to bear with it. Wash the pain away, it's okay, the rain will take care of it. Sacred locations made to embrace and then cherish it. I'm bombing on these walls, some people calling it graffiti. Throwing up a hollow, then it's followed by a 3D. Tagging up no dapple, they're not honoring the treaties. We tried to call Obama, but Obama wouldn't see me. Following the dollar, nothing's offered to the needy. They're watching on their TV and their pockets are too greedy. Peace to all our people who were brought up in the teepees. Average Americans think we're all living off of freebies. They say history repeats itself and it's constantly repeating. They try to slaughter all of us and thought it would be easy. They're locking us up and don't even want us to be breathing. Caught up in a gauntlet, yet we keep walking through these beatings. Stop swallowing their vodka when your body should stop reeking. We've seen hollow broken dreams, no bottles and no genies. Too many of my people have fallen from diabetes. We can stop it from succeeding and no, we're not retreating. What happens when gas and fossil fuels start leaking? Proceeding towards our rivers while our livers start bleeding. I'm rocking my mocks while I'm rocking these mics. We all can unite for what's right, for water is life. The last time I checked, they were desecrating grave sites. Spoke to God and said, this is messed up and it ain't right. All people of color, we're together in the same fight. We are not infected, we're protected from their snake bite. Made weapons of mass expression, step into the stage light. They're spreading out bread and credit whenever they lay pipe. How could we ever be trespassing over our own lands? We have our prayers taught and taught as we hold hands. Tired of being oppressed by the oppressor. Tired of being labeled a protester, not a protector. We're natives of today, saving our ways. The hate's fading away as we raise prayers and sage. Security snakes making a wage, spraying mace in your face. Government slaves do what it takes to get paid. We can't drink oil, please leave it in the soil. Only the royalty are reaping up the spoils. Some leaders are misleading us and leaving us to boil. Our heart keeps beating while earth's bleeding in turmoil. Truthfully, I speak in unity with my community. They say break a leg, my homie said, how about wounding knee? My slow flow is thrown at you, this is no dapple. White dapple security, looking like cold statues. Yet they claim we showed up with shotguns and Molotovs. Calling all warriors to drop your tomahawks. Yeah, we brought the peace pipes and Tatanka songs. It's like a lot of cops forgotten all the common laws. This dream-like sleep provides clean sight as we breathe and see light. And seas rewrite history with these mics. We fight the beast inside corrupt police who read rights to put us in dog kennels like felons with 3 stripes. Each night we dream life gets seen bright between flights. Rhyme schemes and bright beams, divine beings who reach heights. There really is no justice, no peace, just my peace pipe. While the privileged live and think everything seems nice. The earth is not a test tube. Respect reign in life. Now the front line is everywhere. Protect sacred sites. Water is life. Protect sacred sites. Water is life. Change your attitude. Change your plan. Never really be justice or stolen land.
A production of the SiouxEmpire.com.